When it comes to modern manufacturing, the real challenge isn't just making one perfect thing. Nope, it's making thousands of them, all identical, all flawless, day in and day out. So how on earth do you guarantee that kind of precision and quality at a massive scale?
Let's really think about this. Picture a huge, bustling factory floor. You've got raw metal coming in one door and these complex, perfectly finished parts going out the other. What's the magic in between that makes sure that journey is consistent, efficient, and correct every single time? What you need is a plan, and not just any plan, a really specific one.
Well, that plan has a name. It's called a route card. And honestly, the best way to think of it is like a super detailed recipe for a chef. It is the official step-by-step guide that tells every single person on the shop floor exactly what to do and in what order to get to that perfect final product.
All right, so what's actually in this manufacturing blueprint? Let's take a closer look and see what makes it tick.
And believe me, this recipe is detailed for a very good reason. We're talking about way more than just a list of steps. It specifies everything: the exact part number, which machine to use, the precise tolerances down to the millimeter. It even lays out how long each step should take, and, this is crucial, it has built-in checkpoints for quality control and sign-offs. This isn't just a guide, it's really the central nervous system for the whole production line, all designed to make sure there's accountability at every single step.
Okay, but here's the catch. For decades, this absolutely critical document has had one huge weakness. It's been on a physical piece of paper. And that, my friends, is where all the problems start.
This quote just hits the nail on the head. I mean, think about it. A piece of paper can only be in one place at one time. It gets lost, it gets torn, someone spills coffee on it. Sound familiar? And if you need to make a change, good luck hunting down every single old copy out on the floor. It's a system that's just totally out of sync with the fast-paced, data-driven world we live in now. So let's just lay it all out, right? Paper creates bottlenecks when people are just standing around waiting for the document. And visibility? Forget about it. A manager in their office has no clue where that part actually is on the floor. Tracking quality turns into a nightmare of manual paperwork. And all those handwritten sign-offs, they're just asking for errors and waste. There has to be a better way, right?
And of course, there is a better way. It's all about taking that route card digital. Let's see how this completely reinvents the whole process.
So what's the big idea here? It's about taking that entire process off of paper and putting it onto a secure, cloud-based platform. And what that means is the recipe is no longer some static piece of paper. It's a living, breathing document that anyone who needs it can access in real time, whether they're on a tablet right there on the shop floor or on a desktop back in the office.
And this is where the magic really happens. Instead of a fixed piece of paper, you get customizable templates you can tweak for any job. Instead of guessing where things are, you get real-time tracking. Those scribbled sign-offs, they become secure electronic signatures. And the real game changer is that it all connects with your other business software, like your ERP systems, which pulls all that data together to make the entire operation smarter.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like when the rubber meets the road? Let's follow the journey of a real component going through a digital system. So let's take a real-world example. We're talking about manufacturing a small batch, just 9 hydraulic hose clamps for a railway vehicle. Sounds small, but these things are absolutely critical components, and getting them right is definitely not optional. We're going to follow this clamp through 4 main stages in its digital life. We'll start with the plan, then move to the work, figure out the cost, and finally, see the result. First up, the plan. So, in the digital system, all the steps, all the operations are laid out in the perfect sequence. But here's where it gets really smart. The system lets you specify exactly what skills, what competence is required for each task, like fabrication or painting. This makes sure that only a qualified person can even start the job in the first place. All right, now for the work itself. The second an operator starts a task, the system starts the clock. When they're finished, they sign off with a secure digital signature. And remember that competence check? The system automatically confirms they have the right skills before it accepts the sign-off. You can even attach photos as evidence to prove the quality of the work. You get this amazing, unbreakable audit trail. And get this, while all this work is happening, the system is also playing accountant in the background. It tracks every single nut, bolt, and piece of material used, assigns the cost, logs all the labor time, and even keeps a record of any special tools used. You get a complete, real-time cost breakdown of the entire job, all done automatically. No more spreadsheets. And finally, the payoff.
The result. All this real-time data gets fed directly into a live Gantt chart, which, if you don't know, is just a fancy timeline for projects. This gives managers a crystal-clear picture of the whole production schedule, showing them exactly when those 9 clamps are going to be ready. It completely eliminates all the guesswork.
All right, so that's one small batch of clamps. Pretty cool, right? But now let's zoom out and look at the real big picture advantage here. The total transformation that going digital brings.
Remember that slide with all the problems? Well, now we get to fill in the other side. Those bottlenecks, they become a totally streamlined workflow. That limited visibility, now you have complete visibility. Complicated quality tracking is replaced with enhanced quality control. Manual sign-offs become rock-solid digital traceability. And a process that was prone to error becomes a model of incredible efficiency. It's a direct digital solution for every single problem.
And you know what's really amazing? This digital route card, it's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. It's actually part of a whole suite of over 30 connected solutions, all designed to digitally transform railway operations, from manufacturing all the way to maintenance and compliance.
And this isn't just some neat idea, you know? This is award-winning stuff. The system was recognized as a regional winner in the 2025 RCI Innovation Awards, which is a huge vote of confidence from inside the industry itself. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Why does this really matter? Well, it's simple. Moving from paper to a digital route card completely modernizes your production. It slashes paperwork and the human errors that come with it, it boosts communication across the board, and it delivers a massive improvement in your overall efficiency, productivity, and, most importantly, quality.
Which kind of leaves us with one last big thought. We've taken the entire complex blueprint for manufacturing off a clipboard and put it onto a device that literally fits in your pocket. That completely changes the game. So the real question is, what's next?